Hello and welcome to episode 31 of my Minecraft Technic Hardcore Modded Skyblock tutorial Let's Play series. In this episode we shall take a further look at auto-crafting and patterns. I want to show you some further demonstrations of how to take some stress off of your ME network, otherwise it will come to a grinding halt when you try to make too much or try to make a too complex item. Also notice how quiet it is. You'll see that I've moved my tree farm further out, so therefore now we don't get any noise, which is good. I also moved my cobblestone generators, and so we don't even have the noise from that. But let's show you then how to relieve your ME network of further stress. Okay, if we come down here, you will see that I've made some changes to what this looked like before. On this side you will see I'm using ME interfaces. Notice the arrows pointing down to each machine. Remember, you do that by using your crescent spanner. And on this side there's no ME interfaces. This side I'm doing all my auto crafting by using basic export buses, precision export buses, and around the back I'm using precision import buses and a basic import bus. Okay, so let's look at the difference here. So with the ME interfaces, what they're doing is crafting components that are necessary to make a finished item. You'll notice that with all of these. These are all components that are used for the creation of another item. If we move to the next one, you'll see the same again. All items that, except for the crucible, that actually turns out to be a finished item, but the others are components. And the last one, they're two redstone furnaces that are auto crafting them, and my pulverizer is auto crafting 2 pulverized gold from a gold dust and 2 pulverized iron from an iron dust. Now I've got the gold and iron dust being done with that one through the interfaces. Over here is where I'm getting my ingots done. So if we take a look at this first basic export bus, you will see that it's exporting pulverized iron into this redstone furnace. And what I have set up over here is an ME filter, level emitter, sorry, and a precision import bus. Why am I exporting iron into this redstone furnace? Let's show you. If we look at my crafting terminal, and if I type in Geo, you will notice that I've got exactly 5,000 iron ingots, 5,000 gold, 5,000 copper, lead, tin, and working my way up with the silver. Okay, so there's two ways that you can auto craft. You can either craft specifying an amount of an item that you want, so you have to do that manually. You have to click and then you have to tell it how many of that particular item you want, or you can set your network up so it will automatically keep a certain amount of a material stored for you. So every time you use some of them items, more will automatically be made. Let's show you then how to achieve that. So with this first furnace, it's using that basic export bus to export pulverized iron into the redstone furnace. Round the back I've got my precision import bus. I've specified 1 iron ingot, move a single item at a time because it easily keeps up with the furnace, and here active with a signal. So when this gets a signal, it will import iron out of iron ingots out of the furnace. And down here with the level emitter, I've told it when I get to 5,000 iron ingots, emit a signal when it's below or equal to. So what that's telling it is if I make an item and it uses 50 of my iron ingots, this will then illuminate because it's gone below my limit, when it illuminates, that will kick this in, my precision import bus, to keep pulling out iron until it gets to 5000. Then this will turn off its light, and so this will stop importing, thereby allowing me to always have 5000 iron ingots. Now the main benefit between using this method over the interfaces is, remember, with the interfaces, I'm not all the time, but I'm generally having to tell it to, like, the best example would be with the hammers, the stone hammers. When I need more stone hammers, I haven't got a way to just churn them out automatically. So what I have to do is tell it to craft them manually. So for example, when my stone hammers get down to 50 or 60, then I have to come in here and tell it to, oh, why is it not showing my oh, I've pulled out the recipe, that's why. I have to manually tell it to craft more, whereas with this system over here, it automatically replenishes. Now with some of the items, like the silicon and the processor, glass and the plastic, it will automatically create them if they're a component of an item that I've told it to make. But with items like the ingots, because you're going to go through so many of them, I like to speed up my ME network by having them at hand, so they're already made in the network. So let's take a look then now at some of the recipes that you can make, because I have had a few comments, one from Robert saying about coal blocks. So, oh, actually I moved it downstairs. So if we come down here, for an example, I will first show how we automate making coal blocks. So if we open up our pattern encoder, what we do is we put coal all the way around this side like so. That gets us a block of coal. We encode. We now have the pattern for a block of coal. Now these, you're going to see these recipes that I have here for the redstone, block of redstone. So I've done it the same way. I've filled all of this up with redstone dust, and that gets me this block of redstone. This is 3 invar blends and 2 pulverised iron, gets me one pulverised ferrous metal, 2 pulverised iron, gets me 3 invar blends. So that's that pattern. And the last one, of course, is the stone hammer, using 2 cobblestone, 2 sticks. So I've automated all of these patterns. These will go in the Mac, which we will get to in the next episode, but I just wanted to demonstrate how you make the patterns for the Mac, okay, before we get to it, because the Mac will be definitely a 15-minute episode and I won't have a lot more time to do much more, so I thought I would show the patterns beforehand. Okay, so that's how you're going to go about making all the items for your ME network once we have the Mac. For doing your ingots and your dusts, you will stick to this method using the export buses. Just a simple basic export bus, exporting the different items for the materials you want to make. So as you can see, that's doing my gold ingots, that's doing my copper ingots, that's doing my tin, and that's doing my silver. One for each of the metals. My pulverizers are doing my dusts. Now you're really, because the dusts take so long to pulverize, you are much better off having a pulverizer for each individual dust. I'm slowly getting there. I haven't quite got there yet. They're down to 2 each, I believe. If we look at this one, this is doing my iron and lead. But really I want one dedicated to lead, one dedicated to iron. For now, I'm nearly there. It's all down to how many resources I've got. See, this is doing 3, so I definitely want to narrow that down as well. But because I don't use much nickel, that's why I put it with the copper and the gold. Okay, so they haven't got a level emitter. They will just simply make all of my, turn all of my dusts into pulverized metals of that version. The reason for that is because dust only has one use, to make the pulverised version of it, the pulverised metal. So in this case it will be pulverised gold dust, pulverised copper dust. Dust doesn't have any other use. That's why I've not put a level emitter with it, because I want all of my dust straight away turned into the pulverised versions. That way it doesn't clog up my ME network. Plus I'm always got my 5,000 ingots for each metal type, as many as I can have. I've always got at hand, so it doesn't bottleneck my ME network when I try to make something. So there we go. That is how I'm keeping all of my network stocked up with my ingots. And if we look at the dusts as well, so if I type in here pulverised, you'll see that I'm building up, accumulating a lot of dusts. I've got 15,000 lead. So there you go. The reason I don't set this to automatically turn all the dusts into ingots is because remember that some of the dusts are used to make other items. Like remember iron dust and ferrous metal dust makes Inverblend. So that's why I do not use up all my pulverised materials. You need to keep some for making different resources. Another example is gold dust. Let's see if you can guess what the next one will be with that. Yes, silver. Where's my... oh, I haven't got any silver. Okay, well when I get my 5,000 gold silver ingots, then dusts will start appearing in here. But remember, gold dust and silver dust makes electrum, which I should have some electrum. Yeah, there we go. So I've got some electrum. So that's gold dust and silver dust will make you electrum blend, which you then turn into your electrum ingots. Okay, so you now hopefully get the idea. The reason for all of that is so that my ME network, when I start auto crafting with the Max, which we'll look at in the next episode, doesn't get bottlenecked. Because when you make a really complex item, for example, when you make the 64K storage, it takes a while for your ME network to process all of the different materials. Remember, it's got to make basic processors, it's got to make storage cells, and it's really got to do a lot of work. They take a little time to make. You want to take as much stress away from your ME network, your automated crafting, as you can. Now check that out. Look at all them 64K storages, and I've got another one to fill up there. But there we go, that's what I wanted to demonstrate. Right, in the next episode we will take a look at putting to work all of these recipes that I've made, and there are absolutely tons that you will need to make. So we will look at now how I can make a block of coal very quickly and very simply. No more messing around. We will do all of that with them magnificent machines or structures, these magnificent structures you see before you. And we'll take a look at that tomorrow. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.